Gonna be jumping in today and just going over a bit of a recap of the Arnold Classic UK strongman competition. I'm gonna just break down a few of the top performances from each event. So overall we had Mitch Hooper, followed by Novikov, Rauno Helena, I can never say his name, sorry Rauno. Par, Gav, Paul, Constantine, Kim Yu Jarek, I've not seen that name before. Ryan Bennett, Big Z, Lewis Jack, Irvin Toots, Mr. Ben Williams, and Zake Mulunzi. If you say it like that. Pretty cool to see some UK lads up in the kind of pro ranks like Ben Williams. I think this might have been his like debut at a pro strongman show, I guess. So pretty cool to see Ben there. So first event was the 370 kilo deadlift for reps. Not surprising the top two. Yeah, they're two of the best pullers in the world, aren't they? And yeah, Novikov as well. His pull is, it's weird. Whenever I see him pulling training on some of the videos I've seen, it always looks like, I don't know, like it's like he's got another gear that he goes into on competition day, isn't it? So it always surprises me sometimes how well he pulls on competition day based off some of the stuff I've seen in training. Maybe I'm not seeing the best lifts in training, but you know, oftentimes people's training, there's a bit of a step up in competition, but it's not massive. Novikov seems to have like this hidden gear that he goes into on comp day. But Novi with 5 reps at 370 as well. So who's this alongside Novikov here? Irvin Toots it is. So Novi, a good pull from Irvin as well. Novi's pull technique, if you look here, when he drops his hips into the suit, he's making sure his shoulders, elbows, wrists are in line. Big benefit to doing that. Sometimes you'll see lifters pull with shoulders over the bar. I imagine, I haven't actually looked at this, but I imagine Irvin probably has shoulders over the bar, just based on the fact that he hitched that first rep. Because when your shoulders are over the bar, you will tend to get a little bit more floor speed, but you will struggle mechanically around the knee. Hence why people rebend the knee who do that, because you can reset that shoulder to be in line with the bar. But anyway, as Novi comes over the knee here, we've got again, shoulders, elbows, wrist in line, puts him in a really nice position to lock out, so he doesn't really need to hitch. If we look at Irvin over here, let's see if his shoulders go over the bar out of interest. Kind of a bad angle to judge from, but see what we can see. Hard to see from this angle, but basically he's sat his hips down, and let's imagine that when he sat his hips down, shoulders are in line with the bar, but then his hips actually raise there a little bit more, which pushes shoulder forward. So I imagine his shoulder's probably a little bit over the bar at this point. Looks like it's definitely over the bar at this point, which makes this portion, oh, he actually failed that one, makes this portion hard. Let's rewind to his first rep. Let's see if we can see anything on his first rep. So sinks his hips here, shoulders are in line with the bar. Not a fan of this arm position actually, to be honest. It looks like he's got slightly bent arm there. I imagine when he initiates force into the bar, it's going to lengthen that lever and it's going to shoot his hip up. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Hips get shot up a little bit. Pull position's not bad though. It's just, yeah, there he gets shot even more, doesn't he? See that? So hips are low, explodes into the bar, hips go high, and then hips go even higher here. See that? A little bit higher. At this point, shoulders are over the bar. He's in a bit of a bad position at this point. Legs are almost locked out, and he's in powerlifting standard-wise. Maybe get it, but he'd be a proper grinder. But what he can do in strongman is once he's over the knee, he can slap that knee through. Now shoulders in line with the bar again. Boom. Easier to lock out. So, well done, boys. Two good deadlifts. 370 kilo ain't to be sniffed at for a single, is it? It's fucking strong as fuck, so fair play. I think he's raw as well. I don't appear to be in a suit. Novi's obviously in the old triple ply bad boy. I think this is Novi's 5th rep. Yeah. Look, the thing with the position here, you can really see with this, with Novikov, when it gets over the knee here, because his shoulders are in line with the bar, it allows him to have this grind, and he can come through with his hips because his position's perfect. I think he only got 5 reps, so did he try this 6th? I wonder what happens. Ooh, okay, so it just kind of got there. Let's see if we can see if anything happened. Obviously, it's just getting heavy and hard, but let's see if anything, because usually position breaks down, but no, his position held strong, didn't it? Position, everything held strong, he just wasn't strong enough to do that rep, which is what you want really, isn't it? You want to fail your lifts due to strength, not technical breakdown. Now we've got the two absolute savages. Let's look at these guys' mechanics. A little bit hard to judge Mitchell's from here, but look at Rauno's. Boom. Shoulders, elbows, wrist in line just below the knee. Puts him in a position where he can lock out, boom, absolutely easy. I reckon these 6 reps, I haven't seen these 6 reps yet, but I reckon these that Mitchell does is, he probably leaves it just to beat Novi and lets Arnold take the win. Yeah, he must do. No way he fails the 7th. Yeah. So usually these two guys have got their mechanics down for the deadlift. They really have. You know, hence why they're so good. Even on his 8th rep there, I mean, he could have done fucking 10, couldn't he? Insane. Absolutely insane. Bag over bar. By the way, I have not seen these results, so if I sound shocked when I read stuff, then it's just genuine. Because I'm a little bit shocked that Gav built him, won that. So fair play to Gav, because you've obviously made some improvements. Because that's a very, very fast time against some really good competition as well. So well done, Gav. Good fucking work. So who did we get here? So Gav, Mitch, Novi. So all athletes got all 5 bags. Quite surprised to see Paul Smith down there. I'm not sure what happened. I've not seen Paul's video. So this is the winning run. Let's see if, I'm assuming there's no mistakes to do 17 seconds. Crazy. Oh, a little bit of a trip nearly, but nothing. Oh, wow. You see, this is a really good, oh, he looked over to Novi there. I wouldn't. Oh, and he pipped him there. Oh, I thought Novi was going to beat him then. I wondered if the scores were wrong. Looked like Novi was ahead. He just pulled it back. This is why I love bag throw. It's such a cool event, I think. So, something interesting to note here that I just noticed on Gav is if you see his first bag here, we'll zoom in on Gav so we can see Gav. You see his first bag, when he loads his hips, he's hinged pretty far. He's not quite parallel to the floor, but he's slightly above that. But he's hinged pretty far. And you'll notice that each bag that he grabs, he tends to hinge a little more. See it getting a little more pronounced? Now he's parallel to the floor. This is when he looked at Novi. Yeah, look how over he is at this point. You know, he's really hinged over. I can't quite remember because I've only watched it that one, but I imagine this one was the worst, and that's why I noticed it. Not the worst, but it's the wrong word. The biggest hinge. Boom, yeah, look how hinged he is there. So this is good. The reason why I'm pointing this out, guys, is because he's saving time. Those first bags are a little lighter. He doesn't need to. Obviously, for Gav, he likes to take this big hinge, get this big setup swing. Not how I do it personally, but I can picture the mechanics of Gav. He's a completely different human to me. So whereas I would stay slightly more upright, I don't have the leverage to get that crazy hinge and swing between my legs. I've got little stumps to work with. So this looks very powerful, but he's not used that position until necessary, which is pretty cool. I've just noticed something. Novikov seems to be holding these bags sideways. Oh yeah, he does. That is the first time I've seen anyone do that. I mean, I can see why. I can picture why. But I've just never seen anybody do it. I mean, obviously it works for the bloke. He's a fucking savage. But that is interesting. Let me watch that one more time. Oh, we've got Mitchell to watch as well. Yeah, I have not seen anyone do that. Maybe a bit of food for thought. Maybe I should give that a try. But I can't really comment on that because I've never done it. It's the first time I've seen it. I imagine it feels pretty similar. Neutral grip as well. A little bit tighter through the lats and thoracic, I guess. Interesting. Might give it a try. Anyway, next one. Mr. Mitch versus Rauno. Oh, wow. Look at that extension. Boom. Brilliant. Mitchell. He doesn't swing back too much. See this? Oh, he swung back a lot more there, actually. Swinging through lows. Oh, he's gone flying. That's funny. Sorry, mate, but I'm playing that again. Oh, I thought it was that one. I was waiting for him. Way! Gutted. Stone carry. I think it was about 15 metres there to carry, I'm assuming, because Z got 14. So let's have a look at the results here. Mitchell Hooper, 34 seconds. So he's the only one to finish it. Z basically got there. Z was edging when he got there. Novi, 5 metres par, 5 metres. Toots, basically 5 metres. Paul Smith, 4.5. That surprises me. Paul Smith's got a very good grip. It's Paul Smith's. That does surprise me. I wonder what happened there. Lewis Jack, Ben Williams 1.9 meters. These stone carriers are fucking tough, really tough. Paul has got very good grip, so that kind of shows you the standard there. To be honest with you, because like I say, Paul is not a slouch on the old grip. Maybe something happened there. Maybe they're awkward fuckers. These stones, they bash into you. It's hard to move. So he could have done anything. Maybe he just bashed his fucking shin and fell over or something. I don't know. We got Big Z up here who nearly finished it. Absolute legend, Big Z, isn't he? It's quite weird because obviously he's still strong. He's still an animal, but it is quite, as a fan of Z, it's quite strange watching him. I don't want to use the word decline, but you know, it's not a priority for him, I don't think, anymore. He's got a lot of stuff he's doing. He's doing like the log lift champs. He's involved. He's helping bring the sport up now. He's doing what he should do, is pass on to the next generation. But he's still lifting. But it is quite. You always want him. I don't know. I always feel like I want him to win. I don't know why. So I get these weird vibes when I see him. So this is Zake or Zake. I don't know how you say it. Zake. I'm gonna go with Zake. Sounds better. So interesting to note here, right? Big Z is hook gripping. Don't know if you noticed that. Look at this. He's hook gripping. See, even when I was chatting about Big Z, I'm picking up all kinds of stuff. He's hook gripping. If you look at Mr. Zake, he ain't hook gripping. He's just going full death grip, which is very impressive because, I mean, I'm assuming these are kind of like nickel stone type replicas. I don't really know exactly. But the ring that he grips usually quite, well, not thin, but fairly thin. So hook grip tends to be a slightly better option for most, especially if you're allowed no drops and it's just for a set distance. You would probably, I would imagine, would be better off going hook grip there. Is this Mitchell? Yeah. Did he hook? Yeah, he's hooked, isn't he? Clever bastard. Yeah, so only thing I can really say on this event is about the hook grip and the thing. You know, technique-wise, you're picking some shit up and walking with it, aren't you? It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. It's just the grip element, really short, sharp steps. What I believe, I ain't ever done this, by the way, but I've seen a lot of people do it and coached a lot of people do it, and I just go off like coach's eye watching stuff. And the way I would do it and the feedback I'd be getting is I'd probably be pushing my shin into the stone and trying to like keep the contact on it. So Mitchell's doing that really well there. You can see as he steps, the stone is staying in contact with his leg. He's not like pushing it off and it's swinging back, hitting him. He's kind of keeping it under control and pushing forward. So I bet you get a bit of hip flexor pump doing that, I imagine. That's what I feel when I watch it anyway. Super yoke. Obviously we know Mitchell Hooper can fly with this shit like he's shopping. It is absolutely mad as yoke. It is next level. Let's have a look at the results here, because 500 kilo, that ain't a light yoke, is it? You know what I mean? That's a heavy yoke. 5.7 seconds. Fair play, mate. Fair play. Paul Smith, 11 seconds. Good lad. Big Z, 14. Mr. Parr, 21. Ben Williams, 22. Gav Billen, 25. Surprises me. I thought Gav would be a little bit... This is what I mean about these comps. You never know where anyone's going to place to you. I would have... If I were to guess this event, I would have thought Gav would have placed slightly above Ben. Maybe not Parr, but I would have thought above Ben. But Ben's obviously pulled out a good yoke there. Fair play to him. Oh, so this is Gav v Paul. So straight away you can see a little bit of difference in technique here. Paul has a narrower stance with a straighter foot, and Gav is turning his feet out a little more. Oh, he's dropped it there. So yeah, he's got that them turned out feet, and he's very heely, very through the heel. Whereas Paul, you can see he's trying to be a bit more front foot, hence the speed increase. Good yoke run from Paul. Once Gav gets going though, low bower mode. Once Gav gets going here, he's moving a little better. He's bringing his stance in. But again, it's just a heavy ass fucking yoke. It's never going to be perfect, is it? Unless you're Mitch Hooper. Novi and Parr. So again, you can see a clear difference in the footwork here. Novikov's got a very straight foot, narrower stance. Parr is got his feet turned out. Not sure if he's got some kind of knee injury because he's got duct tape on his knees, it looks like. Or maybe he just tapes his patellas, who knows. But again, really heavy yoke, and he's really muscling this through. He does have quite, you can see his footwork here His mechanics of his feet do need some work. Especially here, you can see there, arch collapses, knee internally rotates. That could have been dangerous, that, you know. This bit here, this could have been dangerous. I'm assuming he's not injured because he finished it. That could have been a little dangerous. Whenever your arch collapses on your feet, especially under like heavy load, puts a lot of stress through the tendons in the knee. I'm sure I don't need to explain. So that could have been a little dangerous there, especially because he's turned out so much like this. You know, as soon as that arch goes, but overall, really good run from Parr. It's one of those runs that, it's quite weird, that run, because when you watch it, there's quite a few drops, isn't there? Well, let's watch it. Let's just zoom in on Parr. So there's quite a few drops. So drop, but then he gets straight back in. Another little drop. Another drop. Does he get over at this point? Oh, no, another drop. And boom. So what I mean by surprising is, it was still pretty fast. When you watch it, you think that he'd kind of be a bit slower than the actual time he got. So he still went really fast, still did really good. That's a really good yoke run from Parr. It's 500 kilo yoke. You're not going to come across it very often. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes you're not even going to know what to expect as to how it feels on your back. And then obviously here we've got the yoke Don, Mitch Hooper. Again, you can see he's got a straight foot. And he's fucking absolutely flying, isn't he? Big Z, typical Big Z fashion, just plodding along like a freight train. Fair play. Like a proper calm, cool, collected 15 metres or whatever it was, 10 metres from Big Z. Dumbbell press, 100 kg for reps, Novikov, Mitch Hooper, Paul Smith with 7, 8, 7, 7. Parr with 6, fucking hell, good set. Ben Williams with 5, that's good. Ben Williams is a really good overhead presser. If you don't follow Ben, I would recommend you follow Ben on Instagram, because Ben's brilliant to watch on his log. I really like watching Ben's log. He's got such lovely technique. Fucking, it's really good. And his dumbbell, I believe he won the dumbbell at England's, I think, I don't know. So he's got a really good dumbbell. His overhead pressing in general is just class. So's Parr's. Parr's really suited to like the dumbbell and stuff because he's really explosive, really good leg drive, and he can get underneath weight as well, which is a skill that not many strongmen have at high level. Like Novi's got it, Paul Smith, Parr, and then I look down the list other than that, maybe Mitch Hooper, I don't know, I've not seen much of Mitch's overhead really, but when I think about Gav, and I think about Big Z, and I think about Irvin and Lewis and Rauno, I can't picture them jerking stuff, you know what I mean? I can't picture them jumping underneath stuff. Whereas Parr and Ben, they've got really powerful leg drive, they're explosive, really athletic, and can get underweight really well. So the dumbbell press does suit athletes like that. So we've got over here, I've got Mr. Paul Smith. I've already seen Paul's dumbbell because Josh posted a nice reel of him. So I have seen that. I wonder where you got them ideas from, Josh. like I invented reels. So yeah, Paul's dumbbell's brilliant. He's got a really good dip, real nice leg drive, and he gets underneath the dumbbell well. So notice with Paul's technique, he stands narrow, and then he jumps, boom, a little wider. Helps him get underneath the dumbbell a little bit. So he stands narrow, he's done it again. Can't really see there, but oh, that was a bit more push pressy. Oh, did he miss that one? I'm not sure. Look again. Oh, did he get that one? Oh, I don't know. I think he did. Dumbbell's a weird event to ref, isn't it? Yeah, that was a rep. That was a rep. I think you might have had a bit of a gift there, Paul. But not that we complain. You got to take your gifts when you get them, haven't you? So this is now Novikov and Mitch. I love watching Novikov dumbbell. He's an absolute savage. Something you'll see here, by the way, that a lot of these guys will be doing, apart from Mitch Hooper. Let me watch another couple of reps before we say this. Yeah, Mitch Hooper. You need to watch some Pound Stone, mate. Help you shave off a few seconds. A little bit of tip for you guys when you do dumbbell for rep. Look at Novikov, right? Dumbbell's over his head, it's horizontal. Look what he does with his arms. See, he's guiding it. Boom, guiding it. Now it's in front of him. Boom, lands. He can pick it straight back up. And then he presses it. Oh, watch Mitchell's in the background. See, he's just doing the big fucking hoom-ting dump. Boom. Now it's landed horizontal. He's got to shift it to the center. Novikov, he can go straight back in. That subtle difference there can be the difference between 7 reps and 8 reps, because 8 times of, or 7 times of resetting that dumbbell, it surprisingly takes quite a bit of energy and it takes a bit of time. It adds up. 2 seconds of time, you know, adds up to like 15 seconds or something, doesn't it? So Mitchell again locks out, dumps that dumbbell sideways. At this point in time, Novikov's got it overhead. Now, Novikov dumps it, boom. Now, because of that, Novi actually picks that dumbbell up at the same time as Mitchell, even though he was overhead while he was dumping the dumbbell. So he's making up those subtle seconds there. So let's watch again. Novi's locked it out. He guides it down, bang. He can then go straight back in. It was a bit bouncy there, but he can go straight back in. Mitchell's got a reset in the background. This is how Novi's stringing together seconds to overtake him. And that's why he's staying a little bit of a rep ahead. I think that if Mitchell applied that little skill to his dumbbell, he would save himself a little bit in his gas tank and a lot of time. Mitchell added that skill to his arsenal, because look, now Novikov's 2 reps ahead, and look at this one here by Novi. So he gets it overhead, and even though he's kind of like, if we scroll back a little bit, he's kind of like off balance. The dumbbell's behind him. Frampton's giving the old down. So Novikov has, obviously within the rules, he's got the down command, he can put it down. If Frampton made him hold that for about 2 more, well, about fucking 0.5 seconds, he'd have been running about 2 meters back. But anyway, that's not my point. The point is that even under this circumstance, it's so habitual for Novi to set that dumbbell correctly so he can go into the next rep. Watch what he does. He guides it down as he's running back, and then if he needed to, he could have gone straight back into that that set basically. Whereas Mitchell's dumbbell is just going like down horizontally. That's just something that's worth noting for your competitions, and Mitchell Hooper is very new to the sport, even though he's a savage cunt. So little things like that he can iron out over a period of time, and he'll get better. I'm sure that he probably already knows this, or Big Loz, because I think he's coached by Big Loz. Big Loz has probably already told him, or he should have anyway. So he'll probably be correcting that for the next time he does dumbbell to save those precious seconds. Atlas Stones now. Lewis Jack, 23.9. Fair play, mate. Well done. Mitch Hooper, 25. Novi, 31. Paro Dwyer, 19.8. Oh, 4 in 19.8. Oh, is it a 5 stone run and they got 4? Right, okay. I was confused then, because I was like, that's faster than 23. What's going on? But 4. Paul Smith, 4. Gav Bilton, 4. Interesting. Wonder what this last stone run was. I'm not actually aware of what this last stone was. Like Bilton's a class stone lifter. Yeah, it must have been hard. Let's go and have a look anyway. So there's Lewis Jack's run here. One motion, one motion, one motion. Bit of a dodgy angle to look at, isn't it? I mean, we're watching some stones go on a platform though, so we can't complain. I mean, oh, the last one's gone on there. 5 in 23. So Ryan and Constantine. Now. It's hard to say much on this, guys. I can't see shit. I'm just seeing stones go on a platform. But overall, it was good. Let's see if there's any more videos. Novi and Mitch. Yeah, this isn't the greatest video to judge off. Anyway, that's that. Maybe you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, maybe subscribe. Overall, I think it was a good competition. The results on some events did surprise me a little bit. Like I said, I thought Paul would have done a little bit better on the grip event. However, maybe it's just experience on the stone. Or maybe, I don't know shit, and it's just hard as fuck. Stones, people getting 4 stones. Maybe they just couldn't be arsed at the end of the comp. I don't fucking know. Or maybe it was a fast-paced show and they were getting beat up. There's loads of factors in strongman, so you can't just look at a list and go, oh, something's happened, because there's too many factors at play. Shows can be really fast, and by the end of the show you can be flagging and fucked, you know, which obviously you could then look at as a conditioning issue, couldn't you, I suppose? But anyway, there's a lot of factors coming into play in strongman, and obviously things are a little bit different. Like, we seen that Mitch Hooper fly on that bloody sandbag throw, didn't we? I'm sure he wasn't expecting to do a fucking backflip whilst throwing a sandbag when he went into that event. Things happen in strongman, and it's easier to have perfect training sessions, because if something goes wrong, you can be like, oh, you know what? I'll do that set again. I'm going to record it for the gram. Everyone thinks I'm great. Whereas on competition day, if you do a little bit of a cock up, well, you've done the cock up. You can't retake it, can you? I'm glad to see people like Ben Williams and Lewis Jack and stuff getting on like the pro scene. That's pretty cool to see. And yeah, Paul Smith as well. I'm glad to see Paul getting a bit more, you know, invited to these. Oh shit. Fuck. Just got massive hamstring cramp, so I'm going to do the outro stood up. Hope you like the video. I'll see you in a bit, fuckers.